Today's session is on segmentation from a marketing perspective. Market segmentation is one of the most powerful tools that marketers use to divide their potential market into identifiable subsets so that marketers can target specific customers for their specific products. Obviously, specific products can vary from person to person, gender to gender, and for usage factors. So it's important for marketers to identify specifically who their target market is so their marketing efforts can best be spent productively and cost effectively in targeting these consumers. They allow the marketing strategies to be tailored to those people. So when you're talking to people who are 18 to 35, you might be talking in the same language or speak that they might be using, which can differ to those that are used by the 80-year-old parts of our segmentation. Segmentation also allows us to create products specifically for these markets because we can look at specific market niches and generate products that will suit the needs and wants of the people within those market segments. We can use a number of methods to segment the market, and it's basically limited only by your imagination and its relevance to your business application. In general speak, we tend to work on 4 different variables. However, effective segmentation needs to meet all of these needs of the organization and also the needs of the consumers as well. The segmentation variables most commonly used are geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral. And we'll now go through these individually. Geographic tends to work, as the name suggests, on a geographic aspect. It might be a geographic region, such as a city or a state or a suburb. It might be a population density area, a climatic zone, or other geographical variable. Commonly used by retailers in particular when trying to set up or identify locations for new retail stores. You can look at the census data to look at age, income, gender, and match those to the customer base which has a propensity to actually look for your particular product. Demographic, which is the most common form of variable, covers off most aspects of the consumer breakdown. It looks at age, gender, family life cycle, which is becoming more important with Australia becoming an aging economy, occupation, income, education, race and ethnicity is also one which is commonly used. Psychographic looks at values and attitudes. We often look at different retailers and have attitudes to different organizations. Such as McDonald's, you might say, well, I'm not really a McDonald's customer, I only go in there because it's convenient and has clean toilets, which is the attitude that they're actually working for. And behavioral. Usage is a major factor. How do people use their products? What is the intended purpose of the products? What's the benefit that's being sought? What is the primal need that is being satisfied by the purchasing or using of these particular products? Segmentation can be used by different organizations in different ways. And what I'd like you to do now is to pause this presentation and go to the wiki section and have a look at 2 different videos. The first video is from McDonald's America, and it looks at how they tend to segment their market base, which is quite different to how McDonald's Australia tend to segment their markets. Both of these short videos will give you an insight as to how an organization can specifically develop their markets based on a study of insights into the demographics of their customers. So how do the 2 videos compare? McDonald's America versus Macca's Australia. McDonald's America tend to use demographic segmentation. They break it down by race, looking at Hispanics, Asians, Caucasians, Native Americans, and any other subset that might be a profitable and large enough group for them to tackle. And what they look at is eating occasions. They look at usage factors, what flavours actually appreciate to these particular organ groups within the society. they tend to use a very broad brush in terms of trying to break it down between each individual race demography. Australia, on the other hand, tends to use psychographic segmentation, where they're looking at attitudes and lifestyles. People's attitudes can affect the way that they work with particular organisations, and it can be influenced by a number of different factors. Many people in Australia, particularly older people, tend to have an attitude of McDonald's that is, well, I'm not really a McDonald's customer, but I will tend to go into McDonald's because they have clean toilets and they're located on regular intervals around the geographic area. So McDonald's is a perfect example as to how two different branches of the same organisation can actually segment the market quite differently, but with very similar economic outcomes for the organisation. As mentioned before, demographics is the most common form of segmentation which is used, and organisations, particularly within the food industry, will look at ways to target particular age brackets. Thank you for watching this presentation.